name's Andrea Hoffmann, and joining me today to talk about master data management is no other than Andreas Doehrn, who's Vice President for Master Data Management here at SAP and responsible for product management and development. Welcome, Andreas.
Hi, Andrea.
Now, when we look at all the exciting topics and innovations there are in modern technology, the management of master data doesn't exactly sound like the most thrilling area to be involved in, but still you are. What's your motivation?
I found master data a really interesting place to be because master data are the foundation for almost any business-related process. So if you don't have the master data in place, or if you have bad quality of master data, you're in big trouble because your processes will break and your analytics will lead you to wrong conclusions. So you're also working a lot with different LOBs, with different people from different industries. You work together with the technology guys because you want to adopt technology first and enable this to the business processes. So I think if you do it right, master data can be a very exciting place to be.
It sure can be. And it's not entirely new either. In fact, SAP has been offering MDM solutions for many years. Just to be sure that we know what we're talking about, could you give us a rough overview of what MDM at SAP comprises?
Sure. MDM basically at SAP has two coins, two sides of the coin. One side of the coin is that we look at master data to maintain them for specific applications, so which means you have a very good understanding of the kind of application you're working with. And on the other hand, we're looking at managing master data for the complete enterprise landscape. And this means that you don't know too much what's going to happen with the master data. You have to be very open, you have to be very flexible, and the extension of these master data becomes much more important than in the other case. And our team is actually responsible for both sides. So we take care for the master data for the applications in S/4HANA, and we also take care for the master data management in enterprise landscapes. And for the second case, we have our flagship program, which is SAP Master Data Governance, which is really very, very good situated in the market, very good traction, very good adoption from the customers. And we are really building upon the interest of the customers towards the master data as they start on the journey towards the digitization. And with MDG, we have the opportunity to integrate also with the LOB processes very tightly, so that we offer a very holistic solution for our customers.
And what about the cloud? There is a large and constantly growing interest in cloud computing. Can you tell us anything about that?
Yeah, cloud, there are different flavors of cloud. So actually we're coming from the on-premise use case. A lot of customers still are very interested in running MDG on-premise. That's because they run strategic programs with quite some complexity in their landscapes, and they want to tailor the solution very much to their specific needs. So really customization of the solution, and they want to be in control of everything. And for those cases, really on-premise is a very good deployment model. But then we have also the customers who want SAP to run the solution and still be themselves in control of when upgrades are happening. So it's kind of a mixed solution. And I would call this a private cloud situation. And of course, we do support this as well. And then more on the newer side of the business is the public cloud model. In the public cloud model, the customer is really handing over the complete operations, the complete lifecycle management towards SAP. We take care of all this hassle that comes sometimes with applying patches or with doing upgrades of the system. And it comes also with a certain degree of standardization from the viewpoint of the customer. But it makes the consumption of the solution much more easy for the customer. And what we really want to do is that we offer more and more parts of MDG being consumed in this kind of public cloud model. And we will start with the consolidation, because I think this is really the sweet spot going to the cloud. This will mean that customers can load master data for many different applications into the MDG cloud, match those records, calculate both best records, establish a golden record that they can either use in analytical or transactional use cases, and then also distribute this record in their landscape. And I think this is really the first proof point where we move with MDG towards the public cloud, and that's a journey with more solutions and parts of the solution to come later on.
Okay, that also leads to another question about the cloud and something that is directly related to that topic, which is the integration with other solutions. do you already offer anything there?
Oh yeah. So that's really a key point. When we designed MDG, we always looked at the integration and also pre-built integration to other SAP components, be it cloud or on-premise components. Take, for example, Ariba and supplier management as one of those examples. When you have a selection process and you want to decide what are the suppliers you want to do business with, this is very often a very strategic process. And you do analysis in the LOBs, how to select and whom to select. Once you come to the conclusion that you want to do business with a certain supplier, then you will hand over the record towards MDG from Ariba, and you will use MDG in order to complete the attributes that you need in order to do business in the transactional system later on, and that you really want to see that the compliance rules of the governance are fulfilled. And once you have done this, after you have the final approval, only then you will distribute the record in your landscape and it's ready to be used in the transactions.
All right. And earlier you mentioned S4. What's the general feedback we're getting from customers and potential customers on MDM, especially regarding S4? Do they like it at all?
Yeah, so we really see a lot of traction originating from S4. Many customers look at how can they adopt S4 in their landscape, how can S4HANA help them within their digitization. And in this situation, they identify that the master data are so important for their success. So they become ready to really challenge their existing business processes and their today's tools. And they're ready to invest then into MDG. So we really have a very good traction as MDG is also building on top of S4HANA. So we take care about all the simplifications of the data model. We take care for the new options that come with the S4HANA core, so that customers are more looking into how to consume this rather than how to make the tools work.
And when you think about the digital transformation and how it changes the way organizations manage their data, what impact does that have on our MDM product strategy?
We see a lot of customers who are revisiting their business processes because they want to innovate and really want to challenge their existing business models. And they want to connect people and things, sensor data, outside world information together in a smart way in order to come up with these new concepts. And in the context of master data, we have basically three different elements that are really relevant in terms of digitization. So one is the segment of one. As a consumer, you want to be treated as an individual. You don't want to be as a segment of 1,000 people. So you have to know your customer. The other one is the lot size of one. You want to offer your consumers a very specific service or product that really suits their needs, their specific needs, and nobody else. So you have to also to design your products differently. So you have to want to combine maybe services and the physical products, and you want to tailor it in a way that Andrea is really liking to consume the service maybe. Not in a generic thing that maybe fits a little bit. So that's the second part. And the third part is the velocity that you have in order to deal with data. Because as you walk into a store, you want to be recognized and you want to get an offer of maybe a special price as you are in the store. It doesn't help you if you're already out again. So you have to be very flexible and very quick as an enterprise to react on all those data that are coming in, which means you have much more data coming in and you have to deal with a higher degree of automation. And here's also where new technologies like machine learning jump in, because you want to really deal with these high amounts of data at the right quality.
So there are a lot of changes going on, and as we all know, major changes always go hand in hand with challenges. What are the most common hurdles our customers have to overcome, and more importantly, what do we do to help them?
Yeah, I think one of the challenges is the move from on-premise to the cloud. So the reality is going to be that we are going to have many, many different hybrid landscapes distributed in the landscape. And also, if you look at the concept of bimodal IT, I think this is also very valuable to be applied in the context of MDM. Mode 1 means that you are running your business, you are managing your bottom line, your costs, you want to be efficient, and you want to have really, really a stable process there. and you are able to invest there because it's not going to change on a daily basis. On the other hand, mode 2 means that you are more on the innovative parts. That's where you want to explore your business models. That's where you want to invest today in technology 1 and maybe tomorrow in technology 2. You are not going to apply a hard set of hard KPIs and governance across the place. So that's where the federation jumps in. Systems are more loosely coupled. And that's also where MDM has to be much more open. So you will not look so much into active governance, where you prevent things, but rather you do passive governance, where you evaluate things and data quality afterwards, and then you take measures, whatever you decide upon. So that's kind of the challenge I think that customers see, and our tools are providing the right measure and the right qualities in order to cope with this transition.
Yeah, so naturally our products are constantly evolving too. But in addition to the regular product development, are we currently working on any innovations?
One aspect to mention is certainly machine learning. So looking into predictive algorithms and also see how can we apply, for example, machine learning to master the data quality of the system in the context of passive governance. I think that's an area where we are able to convert the innovation that we have today in the labs into the product. So for example, imagine that you don't have to have lengthy projects at your customer site where you have to identify the routes that you want to set up, but why not have the machine looking at your data, deriving insight on the rules that might apply, so just those rules, and then they're applied also to the rest of the enterprise. So have a much more active role of the machines coming up with rules to apply them in the business processes.
That sounds very exciting, and it's certainly something to look forward to. Now, before we wrap up, I've got one more question I'd like to ask you. What is the one crucial message you'd like to pass on to anyone dealing with master data management?
Well, I think it's never too early to look at master data. So if you look at the crucial role that master data play, especially as you embark on this transition from today's world to tomorrow's world, you have to assess what you want to do with your master data. You have to manage your master data well, the right level across the landscape. So it's never too early looking at your master data.
That's great. Thanks, Andreas. Thanks very much for your time.
My pleasure.
And thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.